A big hello and welcome back to Paul Rolls Dice and welcome to episode 3 of Avatar Crossroads of Destiny. So at the end of episode 2, Team Avatar managed to complete the Island of Kyoshi challenge, and if you did manage to stick around until the end of episode 2, you guys voted on where we should take Team Avatar next. The two options were, option A, recovering. Will you attempt to mend wounds while visiting Omashu, a city where you can ride the delivery chutes like a giant slide, or B, focusing. Will you attempt to increase Team Avatar experience by visiting the spirit world to quell an angry forest spirit? And if you have been keeping up to date with my channel, you will have noticed that option B was the winner. So thank you so much to everyone who voted. I think we had around 7 votes, which is really cool. I really appreciate it. So we are doing option B. So to do these, it does say go to encounter number 3. So the options were 1 and 3. 1 goes away for now. So this is option 3. This is our first interactive side quest, essentially, in between the main missions. So, the spirit world. Team Avatar enters a village in crisis. Every night at sunset, a monstrous black and white spirit named Haibe abducts one villager. That night, Aang tries to stop the spirit, but Sokka is abducted, and the Avatar must journey into the spirit world to save him. Aang attempts to calm Haibe and secure the release of all those taken, including Sokka. Complete a focusing encounter. So let's have a look. Focusing encounter, instructions on page 17. We will go over to these when we set up, but I'll just read the conditions. So to win, overcome 3 conflicts. If you win, increase Team Avatar experience by 3. If you lose, increase Team Avatar experience by 1, and we'll read the rest once we get to it. So on our campaign tracker, our experience right now is on 4 points. If we do this in the best way possible, if we complete it, we get 1, 2, 3 experience, taking us up to 7, and we will pass experience tracker number 5, which allows us to remove a card from our deck. Now this is a deck building game as well as a tactical turn-based game, which means the deck for Avatar and Korra, the characters that we're using, will be able to take out a weaker card, meaning our deck shrinks in size, but the chances of drawing more powerful cards quicker goes up. So if we win, we get 3. If we lose, we get 1 XP, so either way we are still leveling up, but we would like to see the 3 XP, and it takes us ever closer to new cards, new allies, and the sweet max XP at the top there. So, with a little bit of magic, let's transition to the challenge. And here we are at our focusing encounter. Now, as the card states, we need to overcome 3 conflicts. So the setup is as follows. We shuffle all of the tiles, without looking at the numbers, and then we line them up air and water opposed to fire and earth. Us, Team Avatar, are essentially air and water, and what we do is we pick 2 tiles, any 2 tiles, and we flip them over. This is the beginning of the setup. After this, we then pick 2 tiles, 1 for each side. So I could say, for instance, pick this tile and this tile. We set them to the side, and we keep doing this until there are no tiles left to pick. At the end, we flip them all over. If the tile on the air and water side is higher than the tile we paired it against, that is considered a win, and we need 3 total. So on the setup, we choose just 2 random tiles to flip over to kind of get the game going. So what we'll do is we'll pick earth, air there. That's a good one. And we'll pick, let's go for this one. Okay, so that's a 3. So we know we're not really winning that one. So play passes between how many players there are. So we've got Aang and Katara. So Aang will go first, and we don't have to pick the ones that are actually in open knowledge. But we know we need to win this. So it's a good bet. One of the green ones isn't going to be our number 3. So I'm going to pair this air tile with this earth tile. Now again, we don't reveal it until the end, and we keep passing through until we do all of them. Next would be Katara. So we know we're not going to win against that earth tile. So we could go, we'll go this one, and we will go this one. So that's Katara. Next, back to Aang. We will go this one, and we will pair this one. Back to Katara. Again, let's keep it thematic. Katara will pick the water tiles. We'll go this one. And we're going to lose one anyway, so and then we've got Aang goes for this one, and he will take that opposed one, and then Katara will finish this off with that water tile and the fire. Now, here is where it gets serious. We need to win 3 of these to gain the full 3 XP bonus. And we start revealing. We flip over. That is a win for Team Avatar. There we go. Next, water tile is a 2. Fire tile is a 3. That's a loss. Okay. Next, air tile is a 1. Earth tile is a 2. That is also a loss. This one, we have a 1. Earth tile is a 3. That's a loss. Oof. This needs to be wins. Air tile is a 2. Fire tile is a 2. That's a draw. Okay. Water tile is a 3. Fire tile is a 1. That is a win. So in this instance, Team Avatar hasn't done the best. So we do technically fail this, but we still increase Team Avatar experience by 1 point. So I'll read the epilogue as well. Aang meets the troubled Heibai, soothing the spirit's anger at the Fire Nation's devastation of his forest. Heibai returns the missing villagers and Sokka back to the real world. The journey continues. After many adventures and stops along the way, Team Avatar arrives at the North Pole in search of a water-bending master. Admiral Zhao, now commanding the Fire Nation Navy, and Prince Zuko are in pursuit. Flip to pages 8 to 9 in the Book of Challenges and set up Siege of the North Pole. Okay, so before we do that, so we know where we're going in the Book of Challenges, we will increase Team Avatar's experience, which means we get to remove a card from our deck. So let's take a look at Aang's deck, and the best thing to take out would be one of these basic cards. They do nothing except put them down to pay costs. So Aang's going to lose that basic card, nice and easy. And Katara is obviously going to do the same. So Katara gets rid of a basic card. There we go. Their decks are now smaller, but we can draw the cards quicker. So on to the main event. Let's get to the Siege of the North Pole. Right, we are set up for Siege of the North Pole, 2 out of 5 difficulty, and here's the introduction. Team Avatar's long journey to the North Pole culminates in a major battle against the Fire Nation Armada. As fiery attacks rain down, Admiral Zhao infiltrates the Northern Water Tribe capital to kill the moon spirit Tui. This unthinkable crime will deprive all waterbenders of their powers and cause irreparable damage to the world's spiritual balance. Team Avatar must stop Zhao in time. So the objective is defeat Admiral Zhao, and we will lower Fire Nation dominance by 1. Bonus is lower Prince Zuko's strength to infinite, which means it gets him down to the bottom, but he stays on the board for 2 Fire Nation dominance. Now that is really, really good, so we will be looking to do this. Special rules on this board are: yellow spaces are pond spaces. At the start of each hero's turn, they discard 1 card if any enemies are in pond spaces. Oof. And then we've got the symbols for the end of turn tracker tokens as well. So heroes can interact with an enemy to move them 2 spaces. So that's just a base interact action, so we can push them out of the yellow spaces if we need to. Moonslayer. Admiral Zhao heals 3, then moves 3 towards the center pond space. Explosive. Prince Zuko moves 2 toward Admiral Zhao, then burst attacks 2. This burst attack damages heroes and enemies. So Prince Zuko is really mad at Admiral Zhao in this mission as well. So we could maybe use that to our advantage at some point. So this is technically a 2-player game. So we will put the health trackers at 6 for both the Fire Nation Benders and Prince Zuko, and Admiral Zhao has got a beefy 8 points of life. Right, game is set up. We need to decide who goes first out of Aang and Katara. So we take the tokens, give them a lovely shuffle, and Katara goes first. Okay, so we draw our cards. There's the 5. Let's see what we're doing, see what we're playing with. We've got a basic card, Healing Surge, which is move 1 water tile 2 spaces, then 1 hero moved through heals 2. Appa, move 1 other hero and herself. Move 1 Painted Lady, that's the upgraded card we got last time. Draw 1 card, then choose 1 other hero to draw a card. That's really, really cool. That hero does 1 action. That's really powerful, I may save that. And then Momo, discard to count as 2 cards. Before we even do that, I should really put our people on the board. I think with this one, we want to get Zuko down to infinite as fast as we can, but at the same time we've got the firebenders to deal with. I think we're going to go... Aang's going to start there, so there's a green space there, and there, and I think Katara's going to go there. Let's see what happens with that. So, cards. Let's get this done. Momo, when discarded, count as 2 cards. So we need to discard 2 cards to do a basic attack action. So we will do that. And Katara is going to splash some water at the Fire Nation Bender at the top just there. 1 point down. What next? Katara and one other hero each move 1. We're not really healing right now, so I think we're going to discard 2 again to do a basic, and we'll throw some more water at the Fire Nation. We're down to 4. Now we have Painted Lady. Draw 1 card, then choose one other hero to draw 1 card. That hero does 1 action. So with that, does that mean we can do the action for free? So we're going to play Painted Lady, so it allows me to draw 1 card. Another hero also draws a card, so before Aang even gets his cards, he gets to draw 1, so he's got 1 in his hand, which is Avatar State, very nice. And then that hero does 1 action. So I'd assume they get to do the action for free. So Aang is going to fire some very powerful blasts of wind at the Fire Nation Bender. If anyone's watching and knows that rule more than me, please let me know. I'd love to make sure that I'm getting this game correct. We've got 2 cards left. Rushing Water, move 1 water tile 4 spaces, then do 1 damage to each enemy it moved through. Again, we may as well continue the onslaught on the Fire Nation Bender. So if we move this one, 1, 2, 3, and we can actually move bad guys as well, but we're going to keep him there, and it will go 4. And because it moved through him, he takes a point of damage. Very, very good. Okay, so we've got 1 card left. We will use it. Katara and 1 other hero move 1. Katara is going to move to the side just there. And Aang is going to move... Aang's going to stay there. He's going to stay there. So, end of Katara's turn. We do the token. Okay, we've drawn a symbol already. Moon Slayer. Zhao heals 3, which is good because he doesn't heal anything. Then moves 3 towards the centre. 1, 2, 3. That is not good. Okay. Yellow spaces are pond spaces. At the start of each hero turn, they discard a card if any enemies are in the pond space. He's now in a pond space. We flip over the token. It now goes to Aang. Because Zhao is in that space, we will draw Aang's cards first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we will have to discard 1. But we are on 6 though, which is good. So the best thing to do would be to get rid of the basic card. Okay, Aang, what have we got? Can we get rid of these Fire Nation Benders? Momo, we will discard that to do a basic ranged attack action from Aang's card. 1 point of damage on the Fire Nation Bender. Okay. Ooh, okay. Place 1 wind shear is place 1 air tile anywhere. Do 1 damage to each enemy in a straight line between Aang and each air tile. That is a very, very powerful card. So let me just read it again. Place 1 air tile anywhere. Do 1 damage to each enemy in a straight line between Aang and each air tile. Okay. This is actually insane. We are using wind shear. So if I'm getting this correct, we take an air tile. I'll place the air tile right there. So from Aang in a straight line, 1 damage to the Fire Nation Bender, 1 damage to Admiral Zhao, another damage to the Fire Nation Bender, and then that ends. So, Fire Nation Benders, they go down to 0. We remove those. They are off the board very quickly. Zhao also takes a hit, so he's down to 7. Now, we look at all of the other air tiles on the board in a straight line. That goes that way. No one. That goes that way. No one. Okay. That was a very good attack. Next. If Aang is close to an air tile, close attack 2. We can't really do that. Gentle Breezes heal 1 for each air tile that is at least 4 spaces away. Aang's taken no damage, so we are going to discard that to move Aang a space. Avatar State. This turn, add 1 to each number on Aang's action cards. I'm going to save that. Staff Twirl, I'm also going to save that as a very powerful card. So, end of Aang's turn. We do this. We flip a token. We'll take this one. It's a blank token, so nothing happens. We draw back up to our 5, so we draw 3 because we've got 2 already. There we go. Flip Aang's token, and it is now the enemy turn. Did I draw Katara's cards? 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't, so there's Katara's anyway. Enemy turn. We flip a card. So start from the top and we work our way down. We don't have this, so we move straight down to this one. No firebenders, we move straight to the bottom one. So move 3, the closest hero discards a card, then burst attack 2. Aang is closest. Oof. So 1, 2. Hero discards a card, burst attack 2. So Aang does have to discard one of his cards. We'll get rid of a basic. And he does take 2 damage as well from the burst attack. So 2 there. Next, Zuko does the same. Move 3. Closest hero discards a card, burst attack 2. So 1, 2. Katara will have to discard one of her cards. Again, we'll get rid of a basic card. Burst attack 2. We take 2 damage. Oof. Okay, discard that. And we go back to the hero's turns. So, both tokens, flip them. Who's going first? Katara again goes first. Okay, so Katara has 4 cards to play with this time. Right, Water Whip. Place 1 water tile close to Katara. Range attack 1. Heal any 1 hero. Thing is, you can't do a range attack when you are close to someone, so I kind of need to get Katara out of the way first. So, smart money would be 1 card. We get Katara there. We then... Oh, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, so we've done that. We're going to do Water Whip. So place a water tile close to Katara. We'll place that there. Range attack 1. We will range attack Zuko. So we hit Zuko down to 5. And we heal any 1 hero. And I think... I think we'll heal Aang because Katara's got more healing options. So Aang's going to get the heal. We've got 3 cards to play with. Stream the water. Move 1 water tile 5 spaces. Heal any hero 1. Okay, so again, stream the water. Water tile 5 spaces. Now Katara's card ability states that she can move with water when it moves through her space. So we're going to move this 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Katara is going to ride that as well. And again, Aang will get the heal because Aang is going to lay down some hurt on Zhao. Next, we will do... Did I have Stream the Water? Basic? Yeah, we've used Water Whip. Okay, we'll put that down. Right, these 2. No, we've used that as well. Sorry, I'm getting very, very confused right now. We've got 1 card left. So all I'm going to do is, again, just move to get Katara out of the way. And we'll move Water with her. Katara done. Flip a token. It's blank. Very good. Next, Aang's got 4 cards to play with. We do have an ally as well, by the way. Change every number on the next enemy card to 1. Okay, so if we've got a very vicious enemy turn, we could do this. Right, Avatar. This turn, add 1 to each number on Aang's action cards. Now, Zhao is the main objective, but we really do need to defeat Zuko first. So I don't want to lay a massive pummel down on Zhao. So I'm going to use Aang's card ability, which is as a basic action, Aang may discard a card, which is this one, to place an air tile anywhere. So I'm going to take this tile here because we're not using it. We're going to lay it down there. And then I'm going to use glider. Place Aang on top of any air tile. So Aang's getting out of there. He's flying all the way this way. Next to his pal Zuko. Next, Avatar State. This turn add 1 to each number on Aang's action cards. Which means Staff Twirl now becomes a close attack 3. If Aang is close to an air tile, which he is, close attack 2. Avatar State, we've powered up. We do 3 massive damage to Zuko. 1, 2, 3. He's on 2. He's taken an absolute pagger. We now flip a tile. That is the end of Aang's turn. Flip. Ooh, draw a card. Okay, so what we do is we draw a card each. So because Katara, again, at the end of her turn, I should have done this. We draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets an extra card for her turn 6. We then do Aang. 1, 2, end of his turn. We then shuffle. 1, 2, 3. So total of draw 5 for his turn, but then we've drawn the token, which is 1 additional. So next turn, Katara and Aang are sitting on 6 cards each. So we are now on to the enemy. The enemy card now flips. We have only the bottom again, move 3, burst attack 2. So we may as well use it. We're going to activate Jet, which means change every number on the enemy card to 1. So that becomes move 2, burst attack 1. So he's done. So we'll flip him over. So we'll start with Zhao. Move 2, burst attack 1. So he would go 1, 2. Problem is, he is in the yellow spaces, and we play the board game as the worst outcome for the player means the one we would normally do. So we're not going to place him there out of it. We're not going to place him there. We're going to place him there. Burst attack 1 hits nobody. Prince Zuko stays put. Burst attack 1 hits Aang, and that is done. So next turn begins, and we'll flip the tokens. And because there is an enemy in the yellow spaces, we have to discard. What am I doing? We have to discard a card, unfortunately, which is fine. Katara goes first again. Okay, so Katara, because of Admiral Zhao, we have to discard a card. We have a basic, so we will get rid of that one. Right, okay, so we need to do some damage to Zhao. Or actually, we need to push him out. We can actually interact. Heroes can interact with an enemy to move them 2 spaces. So first off, we are going to... Let's have a look. We're going to use Appa, which is Katara and one other hero move 1. So Katara is going to move there. And we'll get Aang just there. Next, we're going to use Momo for an interact, which is 2 actions. And we are going to push Zhao 2 spaces. And we're going to go 1, 2. Get the heck out of that pond, Zhao. Next, move 1 water tile 2 spaces. Then 1 hero it moved through heals 2. Okay, we're going to do that. So move a water tile 2 spaces. So we go 1 into Katara's space. And we'll also move it there, putting us in a diagonal line for future attacks. And we get to heal 2. That is very, very powerful. Right, rushing water. Move 1 water tile 4 spaces, then do 1 damage to each enemy it moved through. Okay, so rushing water. We're going to move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 onto Zuko. Now remember, moving into a space classes as or counts as moving through, which means we do get to hit Zuko for 1 point of damage. So rushing water, you have done well. And the final card. The painted lady, draw 1 card, then choose one other hero to draw 1 card. That hero does an action now because Aang won't discard a card now because Zhao's been pushed out. So Aang is going to have 7 cards for his next turn. So first, Katara gets to draw 1. We get a basic card, okay. Then Aang gets to draw 1. We'll throw that into his hand and we'll look at that in a minute. And Aang gets to do 1 action. Aang is going to do a basic attack, knocking Zuko to infinite, which means we have got the bonus Fire Nation dominance. So we'll do that right now. So we lower the dominance by 2. They are sitting on 12. Okay, very, very nice. Katara has 1 card left. She's going to... What is Katara going to do? Katara's going to discard it to move 1 because I've got a feeling, and we can move water with us. After Katara moves a water tile through a hero or enemy, she may place them... Oh no, so that stays there. So we're going to move there because we've got a feeling Zhao's going to try and do an attack in a minute. So Katara's turn is done. We draw 5, so we've got 4 there. We do a shuffle. We draw 1. Katara's ready for next turn. Flip token. Flip. Ooh, what have we got? Explosive. Prince Zuko moves 2 toward Admiral Zhao, then burst attacks 2. This burst attack damages heroes and enemies, so it does 2. Problem is, it will take the best course of action. Now remember, fire tiles don't damage enemies. As far as I know, I think I'm getting that right. But it does a burst attack 2, which means Katara, unfortunately, takes 2. So he's heading for Zhao. Katara just happens to be in the way. We are now on to Aang. Aang has, can't believe this, 7 cards. Can you imagine if we finish this right now on this turn? I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we need to... Where are we going? Where are we going? We're going to do... Appa. Aang and another character get to move 1 space. We're going to put Aang there, and we're going to put Katara onto the... Ooh, no, we're going to put Katara there, so she's a little bit out of the way. Next, I'm going to discard 2 basic cards to do... No, ignore me. I'm sorry. Zuko's already down. We don't really need to do anything to Zuko. What I need to do is get up the top end of the map, but we don't really have anything right now. Let's have a look. I need to think about this one. Wind shear is place one air tile anywhere, do 1 damage to each enemy in a straight line between Ang and each air tile. In a straight line. Don't think I can do it. Right, okay. I think I can do it. This is going to be very, very silly, but watch. 1 action. We're moving there. 2 action. We're moving there. Oh, gentle breeze. I'm going to discard it for a move. It's going to go there. This is ridiculous. I'm discarding Avatar State. This is all I can do. We're just moving across the board. I'm going to discard Staff Twirl. We're going to move in there. Now we're in a straight line to Zhao. Wind shear. Place an air tile anywhere. I will take this air tile. I will put it directly behind Zhao. And that means in a straight line, I at least get to do 1 point of damage to him. It's not much, and it took my entire hand, but it's worked. Okay, end of Ang's turn. Flip the token. We draw 5. We've only got 4, so we shuffle. We draw 1. We flip the token. That is the last token, by the way, now. So this means we take this. We cover the first XP tracker, meaning the maximum XP we can get for this mission is 2 XP. We then take these, flip them, give them a big old shuffle, and we start again. We're doing okay right now. Not as fast as I'd have hoped, but we've been doing okay. So, enemy turn goes first as well. Here we go. So, it's the top of this card this time. Starting with Admiral Zhao, move 4 toward the high strength hero, burst attack 2. So he moves 4 towards Ang. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's lucky, so he goes in a straight line, no damage. Zuko does the same. 4 towards the high strength hero, burst attack 2, but he does get me. 1, 2, burst attack. Ang's on 7. We're still not in wound area, but that's still not good. Right, tokens. We flip them. Who's going first? Ang's going first. Finally, my boy. Here we go. What have we got? We've got a basic card. Okay, we'll put the basics to the front. Basics, Momo, Glider, Wind Shear. Okay. Right, this is... okay. I'm going to do... Let's see if this works. Discard 2 basic cards for a basic attack on Zhao, because we are ranged. We then do Glider, place Ang on top of any air tile, so he zooms to there. We then do 2... No, we don't. Oh, hang on. No, go back, Paul. Sorry. I know I'm cheating. I'm not cheating. We can't do that. What we need to do is Wind Shear first. Place 1 air tile anywhere. Do 1 damage to each enemy in a straight line between. So, Wind Shear. Again, we'll just take this one and we'll put it directly behind Zhao, just because. And we smack him for 1. There we go. Next, we do Momo. Which is 2 actions to do a basic hit, so we smack him, and we have Glider. Right, we kind of want to get out of the way right now, so place Ang on top of any air tile. Ang has taken some hits, he's flying across the board. There we go. Ang done. Flip a token. Blank, nice. We're on to Katara, let's go. So Katara's got 2 basic cards. She's in a straight line to Admiral Zhao, so we could do some hits here. Okay, we are going to do Water Whip. Place 1 water tile close to Katara, range attack 1, heal any hero 1. So, we'll take the water tile up here, we'll place it close to Katara, we will heal Ang 1, and we will do 1 damage to Zhao. Next, 2 basic attacks. 2 basic cards for 1 attack, we get Zhao to 1, and again, we discard the last 2 cards to do an attack, knock him to 0, and that is game. We have done it. Zhao is down. We get the last point of Fire Nation dominance, putting us to 11. We're getting very close to getting to the halfway point. That is mission complete. That was awesome. That was a really good challenge. I like that one. Quite fast paced as well. So, as with the last game, after the battle, we now have options, and this is where you guys, our lovely viewers, get to decide what Team Avatar do next in between their main mission. So this will be another one of the lovely encounter cards like we did earlier, and hopefully we do a little bit better this time. There's a lot to choose from anyway. So let's read the options. After the battle, choose one to continue your journey. So, option A, recovering. Will you attempt to mend wounds by joining a troupe of musicians travelling to Omashu? B, uprising. Will you attempt to lower Fire Nation dominance by searching an ancient library to learn about their darkest day? C, focusing. Will you attempt to increase Team Avatar experience by escorting refugees across a treacherous land bridge? Now, we've already done a focusing, so we're yet to do an uprising or a recovering. But again, this is all down to you. Please vote in the comments. Let me know where you'd like to take Team Avatar. I will be doing a community post as well where you can vote as well. All of the options get added up, and then the next episode will be in a week or two. I'll try and get it down to a week, but I think a couple of weeks is it's a nice amount of time between these missions. But we'll see what happens. Stay tuned on the channel, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being on this journey with me. I absolutely love this game. It gets played all of the time, and I'm excited for episode 4. Stay tuned for that.